Okay, here we go.
Okay, so this recipe is really easy. It's only 1 cup of flour, 2 eggs, and 2 tablespoons of oil. So have y'all paid attention? So this is the flour. You just lay it on the table, and then you use like the bottom of the whatever this is called, the miska, or you know what I'm talking about. And you make like a little hole. Can y'all see?
Yeah.
Can you see like the little hole? So you just do that. You just put that over there. And then you put the 2 eggs inside. You crack them in this because sometimes when I would crack them, there will be an eggshell in there. So crack them in the miska. And then the 2 tablespoons of oil. And then you use the fork. And you just whisk. But be careful because if you go too rough, it will break like the whole circle. And then it'll start leaking out the side. It's just not good. You just like, I don't know how to explain it. You just go around a little bit so flour goes into the middle, and then once it starts thickening up, that's when you add more, I guess. Okay, so once it's like around this, I don't know, like it's not thick enough where it starts like running off to the side, you can use your bench scraper and you scrape off the fork. Okay. And then I just like push all the flour to the middle and then like, I don't know, mix it together. I don't know how to explain my method, but it works, y'all. It's just very messy. I don't know, is there like any questions? I feel like this is not that hard.
You make it look easy.
Because I'm such a queen. I'm the pasta queen.
Pasta queen. Let's dump it in here and let's go to the next step.
Okay, so
So you're gonna do it until it comes together.
yeah, then you start like bringing it together with your hands, and the worst part is kneading it for like 5 minutes. So whatever she said done, so I'm done.
We're just gonna want her to move on to the next stage so that we can do it.
Okay, so now I'm gonna show y'all how to roll this. I made this yesterday, so I wouldn't have to use that one today. Because another important part of making pasta is letting the dough rest. Because if you don't let it rest and you cook it like right away, then it just becomes a mess. And like when you cook it, yeah, when you cook it, instead of it being like smooth like how you normally eat pasta, like the pasta turns wrinkly, and it's not very cute.
Got plenty of those.
Okay,
Plenty of practice.
so your dough should look somewhat of a circle, and normally I would like cut it in half or cut it into quarters, and then I would put those aside. And another thing too is when you're putting it to the side, use something to cover it like saran wrap, because if you leave it out into the air too long, a skin will like form on top of it, and it's just, you know, like when like you drink like chocolate milk or like, and it has like that skin on top of it. That's what it kind of is. So I have this, and it's kind of hard because it was in the fridge, but just put some flour on it. Can y'all see? And then you just get your rolling pin and you roll it out a bit. And you just want to roll it enough to, when you put it into the, y'all can't see. When you put it into this, it won't, the sides won't break. I'll show y'all. Okay. So you put it. Okay, so right here, there's different measurements that you can do, different thickness. So there's, obviously they're numbered. So you put it on one first, and that's like the thickest. And this process takes the longest for competition. This took me forever, and I dropped this on the floor. And I had to hurry up and go wash it. So it's on number 1. So as you put it through, it goes thin. And then you switch it over to number 2. And then you put it through again. And it starts to go thinner. And then you switch it again. And then you just keep on switching it. I think for competition I did number 6 or 7. Because if you do it too thin too, the pasta, like, it breaks, and then you could, like, just taste the thinness of the pasta. And it doesn't go good, like, depending on what you're trying to make. And then another thing too, when you're doing it and, like, the pasta starts getting long, you don't want to, like, let it continue, like, what's the word?
Gather.
Yes, because it starts, like, if I just let it go and I just let it stretch out like this, it will, I don't know if you can see it, it will, like, stick together, and then it, like, has, like, little indentions. So I'm gonna show you guys how it is when you, like, skip a step and you do it too thick, and, like, the edges, you're gonna see how the edges go. Hopefully it works. And then another thing too, make sure the pasta doesn't fold onto this, and, like, watch it as it goes through, because sometimes if you push the pasta to one side more than the, can y'all see up here? So, like, you see how, like, right here it's more on this side and it's, like, folding over. If you just let it continue going, it, like, stretches, and, like, you see how that has, like, the little
I'm trying to make it better for you.
and then, like, you can see, like, the edges. Yeah.
They become a little frayed.
Yeah, like, it's, like, breaking. Y'all see it? Okay, so that was the thinnest one, and normally if you want your pasta to look nice, I just cut off the ends like that. And then we don't have the other attachment.
No, we're not going to do that. We're going to do the flour it and then roll it
Oh,
and then cut it.
oh, I'm gonna do that. I have a double one. So talk about the flour and rolling it in.
Yep. And then, like.
Okay, so what you do is you flour it both sides, flip it over, and you, like, fold it up. I kind of forgot how to fold it up.
Just, yep.
Just roll it up.
Roll it up. Like a fruit roll up.
And then with the edges, you can see how some of the edges, like, they don't meet together. See how it's like, see how this edge don't meet this edge? You could just cut those off.
Or eat them.
I wouldn't. So basically, if y'all can see, since it's all floured, the pasta won't stick together. And with the knife, you're just gonna cut it into, like, fettuccine, I guess. So however thick you want it to be, since you see, it came out. And that one was ugly because the piece was messed up, but I don't know, like, maybe, how much is that, like, half an inch?
Just be consistent, because the consistency of the size matters with the cooking. Remember, we want it all to cook at the same amount.
So then when you take it apart, it's like that. Very cutesy. And there you go, you have your own fettuccine.
Wonderful. Give her a round of applause. Any other tips and tricks?
I kind of want to show them what happens when you, like, don't roll it out enough and, like, the edges come ugly, because that's happened to me when I try to rush sometimes. So say, like, you just have your flour and you de-gaff. So just be like, oh, I'm just gonna roll it up that much, like, that's fine. And then you put it into this. You gotta keep on switching it back to 1 and 2. Oh, that one wasn't that bad. But you see how, like, this edge is, like, ugly, and then this one's, like, kind of smoothish. I'll see.
So the way to help that is to tri-fold it.
Yes. So if you don't want your edges to look ugly, like how I cut them off, you kind of roll it out. This one's, like, a really bad example because of the thing. And you, like, fold it in. I think that's how I did it. And then it's back on number 1, and then you just put it through again. Maybe I should have rolled it out again.
Just tri-fold it again. You just keep tri-folding it and putting it in, right, until you
Okay, I
get
did it wrong.
what you want.
So then you roll it out, and you see how these edges are like nice and like very. I'll show it again.
Uniform.
Yes, and then you put it through where the edges are uniform, and look, it's like so cute.
You can try it again, right?
And then
to
we
get
go-
it that perfect consistency. Some chefs do it a number of times to get that done.
You could continue doing that until it's like a perfect square or rectangle, so it's not like ugly how I did the first one. So you see how it's very square, very cute, and then you just put it through. Perfect.
Okay.
And then you keep on doing it like that.
Beautiful. Let's give her a round of applause.